Hey everyone, and welcome to A Question to the Teacher. In this series, we're going to ask and try to answer some of the questions that I wish I would have known to ask when I was starting out teaching. And here's our question for the day.
Hey everyone, today's question comes from Teacher Sam. She said that she loves exit tickets. Are there such thing as entrance tickets? Now, the activity that I'm going to show you is a variation on entrance tickets. I don't like to give entrance tickets at the door. I like to greet students at the door, have them come in, sit down, and start doing board work. However, I like to do roll call entrance tickets. Now, I do this as a roll call warm-up. In this warm-up, there are 6 steps. Before we get started, this blue talk, here, is for you, the teacher. The black words and sentences will be written on the board. You can see they're simplified. They're easy to speak, easy to read, and easy to understand. Additionally, there's a picture that illustrates each of the steps. I like to do this because some students are non-readers. So this way, they can follow along with the pictures. In addition, it's just easier for me to remember what I'm supposed to say and what I'm supposed to do with my hands and my body. So here's how it works. Roll call gets taken from here. I have a picture of my students that matches up with their classroom number and their Korean name. Now, you might say, what about students with English names? Well, I've always found that when I call students English names during an activity or while they're doing work, they tend not to respond right away. It takes the 3rd or 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th time that I call their English name for them to pick up on it. So I like to stick with Korean names. It also cuts down on the number of names I have to learn. Some students like to change their name mid-semester or once a week. Korean names, they stick the same. So whatever language you're teaching in, I suggest that you learn those names first. Okay, so I've got the students' pictures and I got their names here. First thing is, students stand up. Everybody, stand up. Now here, the picture and the words match. In my classroom, I remind the students to always push in their chair. It's a standard procedure in my classroom. So I teach it here, and it carries over into every subsequent activity I do. So it's stand up, okay, and push in your chairs. After we push in our chairs, we stop. Everything is step by step. We don't jump ahead, we don't move too quickly. If students start to go to number 2, they want to start to dance, they want to start to move, squash it right away, have them sit down, and repeat step number 1. The next step is number 2. They move to the music. The students know how to move, but to practice, you give some Simon Says type directions. For example, move one hand up. Okay, move one hand out. Move one finger to your nose. So they follow along, they get the idea of movement. The next part you want to highlight is you move with your arms crossed and you move quietly. So we're moving just our legs, just our feet, just our body. Hands stay crossed, mouths stay closed. Otherwise, this activity could devolve into chaos pretty quickly. So they move with arms crossed quietly. Here, you can see, they're having fun, they're smiling, but they're just moving their bodies, not their hands, not their arms. There's no pushing, there's no touching, there's no talking. So as the music's going, there's about 10, 15, or 20 seconds. I recommend starting on the higher end and gradually reducing the amount of music time each round. But when the music stops, movement stops, and students freeze. They stay exactly where they are. They could be right next to their chair, they could be on the other side of the classroom. That's okay. But whenever the music stops, they stop. Now, here comes the warm-up. You're going to do a question and answer. This is a review from the lesson before. For example, we might do do you like? This could be the question stem that we're practicing. There'd be a yes, I do, and a no, I don't. Once we stop, we're going to review this target language with the whole class. So it's everybody. A, B, C, D. Students will call back to me. Together. Do you like? Do you like? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. No, I don't. No, I don't. They'll call it out, and we'll just get that quick refresher in their mind. From there, I'll start picking out students. And I'll start usually from the highest to the lowest level of ability. So I'd start with Jet. Do you like? And I target the question to him. Something that I know his answer to already. So Jet, do you like baseball? And he'll say, yes, I do. When he answers, he sits back down in his chair. He doesn't run to his chair, he walks to his chair. I say, Jet, perfect. Please walk to your chair and sit down. Then finish the board work. I'll do Jet, I'll do Geom, I'll do Minsa. 2, 3, 4, or 5 students with that same question. Do you like baseball? Do you like soccer? Do you like basketball? And I'll try to stick with one category of focused practice. And then we'll repeat. We'll say, okay, put your hands back in. They're moving, they're moving, they're moving. Stop. And then I'll repeat. I'll recycle the questions. Do you like? But then I'll change the content. I might do colors, fruits, foods, family members. I could give those questions to the students all across the board. The good part about this is that I've started with the higher level students. They know their answers. The lower level students get to hear that repetitive cycle of question and answer. They're hearing the question and they're picking up the pattern. Additionally, when I get to those students, the question and answer has been recycled so many times that they're confident enough to answer it. So you continue on until all students have answered, all students are sitting down, and all students are quietly doing their board work. Once you do that, you've got another minute to relax, take a deep breath, get yourself refocused, and start your lesson. So give it a try. It's a roll call. It's a warm-up for students, and it'll be a warm-up for teachers. I hope you enjoy. Thanks, guys. I really love this activity as a warm-up for 3 reasons. First, it helps me remember students' names. I've got about 600 students in school, 400 of which are in my classes. So it would be impossible for me to remember everyone's names without a lot of practice. This gives me that opportunity. I know the importance of remembering a name because it's the sweetest sound to every student. If I remember their names in class and in the hallway, that's an instant rapport builder. The second reason why I like this activity is that it sets an active and energetic tone for my class. We kind of begin with a bang, and that carries out throughout the rest of the lesson. The third reason that I like it is that it primes the pump. It gets students ready by recycling the content from the lesson before. It's a great review and a great warm-up, and I really hope you give it a try. Thanks.